أما بعد. In the previous khutbahs, we talked about the manners of how to ask Allah for something in your life. Because you're asking a very important person. You're asking Allah. And to ask Allah for something, there are certain ways of asking Allah. There are certain things to do. If you want a quick reply from Allah Azza wa Jal, and let's face it, we need some quick replies. We need Allah very urgently in our lives. We need Allah to lift the problems happening all around the Muslim world. We need an urgent reply. We need Allah to hear our prayers. And to this end, we spoke about last week that there are adab, manners, ways of being polite. When you go to the shop, you want to buy something, or you want something from your boss, or you want a particular thing, you don't go and just ask like this. There's ways of approaching. And if you want to ask for something very important, a gift, you don't go and just ask like this. You don't just say lip service. You mean it with your heart. So the great scholar, Al-Imam Al-Ghazali, Hujjat al-Islam, known as the Proof of Islam, a famous scholar. He was born more than 1,000 years ago. He said, if you want your dua, your prayer to be answered, make sure you have 10 things. 10 things, inshaAllah, for your dua, your prayer to be answered very quickly. You've got problems, whatever problems you may have, make sure you listen today and have a checklist, 10 things you need to have. If you have these 10 things, your dua will be answered very quickly, inshaAllah ta'ala, except if there's a wisdom. And we'll find out why our prayers sometimes delayed. We'll find out next week, inshaAllah ta'ala. But today, let's focus on these 10 things, how to have Allah answer our prayers quickly. The first thing is that, number one, to pay attention to particular times. There are special times in the year when your prayer is answered a lot more quicker. Certain times. And Imam Al-Ghazali says, like the day of Arafah, Yawm Arafah, which is the day before Eid of the Hajj. This is a special day, the day where we fast. This is a day in which our prayers are answered. Not only for those on Hajj, on Arafah, but also for us here. Also, he mentions that after the prayer, when the mu'adhin makes the adhan, after the adhan, this is the time where your prayers are answered. So make a dua. Also, in your sujood, in your prostration, in your prayer, or in the lowest part, that's a special time. As the hadith suggests, this is the time when you're closest to Allah. We'll hear about this next week, inshaAllah ta'ala. Ask Allah there, in your sujood. Also, in the Jum'ah, there's a specific time. A time in the Jum'ah, the day of Jum'ah, where if you catch this time, your prayer is answered. But the problem here, or not the problem, the issue is that it's hidden from us. We don't know where it is. And the ulama say this special time in the Jum'ah, where if you ask Allah, Allah will give it to you. Special time, it could be when the Imam is climbing up the steps to the minbar. And that's why it's recommended for the Imam as he's coming up to take his time climbing the steps, to give you a chance to make the dua. And some ulama say it's during the khutbah, this special time where the dua is answered. And some ulama say it's when the Imam sits down in between the two khutbahs. And some ulama say it's after the salah, that's when the dua is answered. And we have here, every Jum'ah, we at the end, our elders make a dua at the end of salah. And how many people run away or run out to go to work? If you have to go to work, don't, as you're going out, say Ameen after him. Because this is a time, if you say Ameen, you may catch the dua. So the first thing is at special times in the year and special times in the week. Make sure, inshallah, don't mix these times. And number two, special ahwal. Okay? In which, in your prostration, like we mentioned, in prostration is a special time when your dua is answered, in sujood. Or when you're traveling. If you know someone is traveling, or you're traveling yourself, it's a time your dua is answered. Make the most of it, inshallah. The next thing is that when you're making a dua, that you raise your hands like this. Raise your hands like this and face the Qibla, the direction of Mecca. Because it's a prayer, it's an act of worship. When you're making dua, don't turn your back towards the Qibla, face the Qibla, raise your hands. Have the manners. And then the ulama say, to have in your heart khushu' and to beg Allah. Have to be humble. Who are you asking? When you want something, you come crawling. Crawl to Allah Azza wa Jal. Let Him see in your heart that you're sincere. Don't make it like the same words. Allah khfirli, Allah yarhamni, Allah yaghfirli, Allah yarhamni. Allah doesn't want lip service. Allah wants heart service. Allah wants to see your heart in your dua. Doesn't want to hear your lips moving like this. The same dua. And your mind is elsewhere. And if you ask what dua did you make, I don't remember. Allah doesn't want routine Muslims. A big difference. And then to be fearful of Allah. To have fear of Allah when asking. Have hope and khawf wa rija. Hope and fear from Allah Azza wa Jalla. The next one, to be certain that Allah will answer your dua, either here or in the next life, inshaAllah ta'ala. And sometimes Allah may not answer your dua, and that's for a certain reason, which we'll talk about at the end, inshaAllah ta'ala. The next is to repeat the dua 3 times. 3 times. And to call upon Allah patiently and 3 times. Ask Allah, if you want something, ask Allah 3 times. In the way of our Prophet, when our Prophet wanted something important, he would repeat it 3 times. Facing the Qibla, in a particular time, in wudu. Very important to be in wudu. Insha'Allah ta'ala, increases your chances of having your prayer answered by Allah Azza wa Jal. And then, some of the most important things is to begin your dua. And this is a lot of people don't do. To begin the dua, as the hadith mentions, when a man came in and he made a dua very quickly, a prayer, and went out, the Prophet said this man was too, he rushed his dua. And the Prophet told the man to come back, and the man came back, and the Prophet said, I'll teach you how to make a dua. First say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, praise Allah. So the man said, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And then the Prophet said, say Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. And then the man said, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. And then the Prophet said, make your dua now. Make your prayer now. And he made his prayer. And then the Prophet said, at the end, say the same thing. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. So you begin with praising Allah, sending salawat on our Prophet, and you end with praising Allah and sending salawat on the Prophet. Beginning and end. And what's in the middle is answered. If the beginning is praise of Allah and Rasulullah, and at the end is praise of Allah and Rasulullah, what's in the middle will be answered. But how many people don't know this? But now you do. And the ulama say, the last thing, and the most important thing, to make tawbah. Ask Allah for forgiveness. To leave anything haram you may be doing. If you're eating haram, if your clothes are haram, your job is haram, everything about you, from the moment you get up to the moment you go to sleep, is all haram. It doesn't matter if you make all these things, you are doing haram. Allah will answer. Allah will ignore you until you make a change in your life. So these are the 10 things to do, inshaAllah ta'ala, and the khutbah is recorded. Go back and listen to it, inshallah. If you've missed some of the things, we'll be very careful, inshallah. Special times, special positions. When it rains, the dua is accepted. Inshallah ta'ala. When you're sujood, face the Qibla, be in wudu, praise Allah, send salawat on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, have in your hearts sincerity, khushu', humility, be humble, and know that Allah will answer your dua. If you make tawbah and your food is halal, your clothes are halal, and everything you're doing is halal, inshaAllah ta'ala. This is what the adab, inshaAllah ta'ala. If you start doing this, if you and I start doing this, and my family and your family are start doing this, and this masjid and other masajid start doing this, then the ummah, Allah will start to listen to the ummah. And then our brothers in Syria, who we haven't forgotten about, who they're being slaughtered day in, day out, and we haven't forgotten about them. And our brothers in Palestine and Gaza, and we haven't forgotten about them. And our brothers who are dying now from this disease in Africa, the Ebola virus, we haven't forgotten about them. All our brothers in Kashmir, all our brothers in Iraq, all our brothers all over the Muslim world, we haven't forgotten about them. We always make dua for them every single Jum'ah. Just because we don't mention a country, it doesn't mean we've forgotten about them. Because sometimes we make a general dua, a general prayer that has them all in, inshaAllah ta'ala. So Allah make things easy for all our brothers and sisters here, sitting here, inshaAllah ta'ala. If anybody has any problems, ask Allah and يرفع الشدائد من إخواننا. وأن الله عز وجل يخفف عنا وعن إخواننا في غزة وفي فلسطين وفي العراق وفي أفغانستان وفي كل مكان وفي كل زمان. يا الله يا أرحم الراحمين. Enough bloodshed. Allah wants to see the ummah change. Allah wants to see a change in the people, and these are the adab. And as Muslims, the most important thing is having good manners. We're asking Allah with good manners, we're humble, facing the Qibla, in wudu, saying the right dua, our hearts are there, Allah will start listening to us. At the right times, inshaAllah ta'ala, and our clothes are halal, our food is halal, we have a miss fajr, and we're doing everything correctly, no haram income, Allah will start to answer our prayers, inshaAllah ta'ala. عباد الله اعلموا أنه لا ينفع الإنسان في هذا الزمان في الخصال